Sometimes Christians get themselves in a situation where they are surrounded by other Christians, and that's all they're surrounded by. And so how do we get ourselves out of the Christian ghetto? We spend so much time at church, maybe with Christian friends, and we find ourselves really isolated from non-believers. But of course, if you're isolated from non-believers, you're unable to fulfill the Great Commission. You're unable to participate in that. So what can we do to get out of our Christian bubble? Well, number one, I think you just need to look around first. Because I guarantee you, unless you are holed up in your home and you never come outside, then you are surrounded by unbelievers. You have neighbors around you who are non-believers. So look around and identify the ones that you might know, or even those that you don't know whether or not they're believers or not. Identify them and then start reaching out to them. So it might be as simple as maybe there's that neighbor down the street who you haven't gotten to know yet. Bake them some cookies and take it over and introduce yourself and begin a relationship with them. So number one, look around. Number two, you might need to be a little more intentional. And so you can get involved in your community. There's all kinds of ways to get involved in your community. For you, maybe it's getting involved in a sports team. Maybe you play volleyball, get involved in a recreation volleyball league or a soccer league or a basketball league or whatever it might be. Look at your city and see what kind of programs they offer. They always offer lots of different programs from teaching quilting or swim lessons or music lessons or whatever it might be. And then be intentional and participate in those kinds of things, and you will be surrounded by non-believers. Use your children as an opportunity to connect with non-believers. So my kids are involved in soccer leagues. I do coaching, and so every season I get to interact with non-Christian parents. And it's a great way to expose myself to non-believers. So when we look around, we're going to find and discover that non-Christians are all around us. But then sometimes we have to be intentional. And when you do that, and the more you do it, the better you get. Look, you'll be a little bit fearful at first. You might be a little afraid to go greet that neighbor, and but ultimately the more you do this, the more comfortable you get around non-believers. And then you'll find it very fulfilling as you get to participate in sharing the gospel with these folks.